Today we're going to show you how to make cayenne pepper powder. The process is really simple and anyone can do it. We gathered our cayenne peppers from the garden this morning, but you don't have to have cayenne peppers. You can use any peppers that you have on hand or that you purchase from the farmer's market. The process is very simple. The very first thing that you want to do is to put your gloves on. I made the mistake years ago of not using gloves while I'm doing this, and my hands burned for weeks. So after you put your gloves on, you wash and dry your peppers. And what you're going to do, it's very simple. You can take your cayenne pepper, and if you have kitchen scissors, they're very easy to use. If not, you can use a knife. All you want to do is just snip off each end and then place it on a cookie sheet. Now, I also use a cooling rack on top of my cookie sheet just to allow the air to flow underneath, but you don't have to. That's not necessary. You can put them directly on the cookie sheet if you prefer. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut up all our cayenne peppers, seeds and all. We're going to lay them on the rack and we're going to put them in the oven on 200 degrees. Now typically they take about 6-7 hours depending on your oven. You'll know when they're ready. They get nice and crisp and dry. So after about 6 hours, you can pull your peppers out of the oven and they're nice and dry. Now every oven's a little bit different, so your oven may take a little bit longer or a little bit less time. As you can tell, I'm in a different outfit, and that's because life happens. We pulled our peppers out and didn't get to grinding them until a couple days later, but that's okay. If you do pull your peppers out of the oven and happen to wait a couple days, they may get soft again. All you need to do is throw them back in the oven to dry completely out again. Now the way you can tell that a pepper is dry is you'll be able to hear it snap. What you want to do is that you want all your peppers to have that sound. When a pepper is pliable, it's not quite ready to be dried and ground down yet. So it's very easy to do. So once your peppers are dry, you're going to cut them, just break them in half and put them in a grinder. Now we're using a coffee grinder here, but you can also use a food processor. So we're just going to fill up our grinder and we're going to grind them down to make our pepper powder. So we're going to put them on here. We're going to grind them. And depending on how long or how fine you want your pepper ground, it just depends on how many times you want to pulse your grinder. Now what you want to do is you're going to pull your peppers out, and you can tell that whether you want to grind them a little bit more. And in this case, we have a few bigger chunks, so I'm going to grind them just a little bit longer. And what we're really doing is making pepper powder and pepper flakes all at the same time. And that's perfect. So what we do now, after that, we're going to take the ground powder and we're going to put it through a sifter because we just want the powder to be separate. Just going to shake it, and in just a few short seconds, you can see we have pepper powder.